Hello, what's going on here? Hello, welcome to Somewhat JP, and I'm Alex. So this week has been very long and I'm very tired, and I don't think I have the energy to make a full vocab video at my usual place of operation, but today I was thinking, because Genshin Impact has been my only solace for this very long week, I was thinking about maybe just going through the UI of this game, because I know there's a lot of people here that want to play video games in Japanese and just experience media in Japanese. So why not get started? So here we have, in the beginning, we have game kaishi. Game kaishi. Game, begin, or commence, or the beginning of something, right? And here, it's a bit hard to see when it's transparent, but we have kurikku shite susumu. So click as a pseudo verb so click and then continue. So click to continue, sort of thing. It shows the shite here. The te form actually shows there's an ordering to it, right? So in order to continue, you have to click, is kind of the nuance there. Next we have at the bottom, we have use, just for username sort of thing, or just the current user. And it's me with my start out username. And the other options around here, we can look into closing the game. So we have apuri o shūryō shimasu ka? Close the app. Do you want to close the app? They're asking, right? And shūryō here is a very, very, very common word used in a lot of technology and a lot of apps in terms of just terminating the process on your computer, right? And you also sometimes see kyōsei shūryō, as in a forced termination of some app kind of thing. You know, when you got to pull out that task manager, that's when it's getting serious. And over here, if you want to log out shimasu ka? Do you want to log out? And you have hai iie as well. So no, I do not. And now we can begin as we would and click. And as it's how we have the rolling. There we go. Kurikku shite susumu. Boom. Let's click to continue. And now with the magic of editing, I will be right back. And I'm back. Look at that. Wow, that was instant. It was also kind of instant for me too, but might as well. Anyway, now we are in the wonderful world. There's a little bit of UI here that we can talk about. We have the names of our characters here. We have the one I named, Ariksu. And we have Amba over here, and Lisa and Gaia. And the only other stuff we have here is this quest marker, which I'm currently right in front of, where we have Hayashi no naka no something I can't read ni hairu. There's gonna be a lot of kanji with no furigana. It's kind of hard to search it up, but it be what it be. So we have the forest in the middle of it, of something. So like something that's in the middle of the forest, ni hairu, enter. And that looks like it would be something complicated, right? So we can go to that and boom, press F, and then something I can also read, no mon, the gate, some gate of something. Cool. She just said you can't run away for some reason. Cool. Anyway, so let's press escape, and now let's press escape properly, and now we can see all the different options we have. A lot of things to go through. Let's get started, huh? So we have my name here, Ariksu, in katakana, and right underneath we have status message wa arimasen. There is no status message, right? And I'm assuming if we click on here, we can now see a bunch of options, including status message o henkou suru. Now, henkou is a really important word. You see it here as well. Icon o henkou suru. So do something with your icon. Or namae o henkou suru. Do something with your name, right? And this would be to update, to change, right? So here, for example, we can see all the different icons we have available to us. And if we wanted to, we can see here, shio chu, use, currently, or in the middle of being used, currently being used, that way. And if we want to switch to ariksu, we can just say here, tsukau. This also means to use. This is just the noun version, this is the verb version. And then we're using that, right? And the same thing for a status message, right? We can go to here, and we have status message, right? And status message o入力してください. If you've seen my programming video 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, some weeks ago, which you can click in the corner if you want to check it out right now, but this means input, and in this case it's text input, right? So we can konnichiwa, enter that, good to go. And we can either say okay or cancel. We'll say okay. And now we have that over there. Next we have 名前を変更する. This is changing your name, right? I do not want to change my name, so I'm just going to close that. The other option here we have is 名詞を交換する. So 名詞 in this case is business card. I've only seen it in the form of business card, so I found it really interesting to have it here. So here we have 交換, and this is usually for something like trading or switching. So if you want trade something with one of your friends, you can say 交換する for that. Or in this case, it's actually to switch your business card, which is really interesting. If you click on here, you can see it was actually the background of my profile, right? So I found that really interesting that they used 名詞 for that. And the final option we have is just UID copy. You can also see that here. My UID is here. Add me if you would like. And we also have copy there. So we copy it, コピーしました. It's a sudo verb. You can use it like that. And here as well, コピーしました. Now, the next part you'll see here is 冒険, 冒険. And this means adventure, which is a very, very useful word in games like this. So I definitely recommend you learn this word. And we have ランク, adventure rank, right? And here we have the value. Very, very useful word. And sometimes you also see it as 冒険者, 冒険者. Sha meaning person, right? So an adventurer would be 冒険者. And sometimes you're referred to as a 冒険者 in this game. Underneath we have also another type of rank, ランク, but we have the 世界ランク, right? And this is the world rank, whatever that means, right? But this is a really, really important word as well in games like this, or just general. It's a very useful word. And we can, see more information here. I won't read through all this, but 世界ランク is right here. Cool. And at the bottom we have 誕生日, which is birthday, which you might already know. And then 8月25日 for my birthday. And that's the main stuff in the profile section. But let's get to the meat of this and see these main options right here. So just starting off right away, we can see shop for shop. And we have チーム編成. チーム is just team. But 編成, this is actually a new word for me when I first started this game. But it means the composition, the formation of your team, right? And that means we can go here and we can actually select how our team is composed of the 4 slots we have for it, right? Next we have here is フレンド. And this might actually have you confused because you might expect something like 友達 or something like that for friends. But it's very, very, very common. As you may have already noticed, there's a lot of katakana words being used here. So especially in stuff like apps and games and stuff like where katakana is seen as more, fresh and innovative and exotic in a way, right? You'll see it used a lot more often than regular Japanese words. Next we have achievements. Makes sense? And here's an interesting one where you can see how all these words, they fit perfectly in one line, right? Character is also in one line here, but it barely fits. So imagine if you had this word, ichiran, which means like a quick view, a quick look at something, maybe a summary. It would not fit, right? So that's why they went with kara over here, which is a super, super common shortening of the word character. But definitely something that I found interesting. And you go in here, and here you can see a quick look at all your characters, right? So if you want to actually get more details for your character, you can click here on 詳細, just which means details. And you get a more in-depth view. But if we actually went back and went to character, we get to that same view, right? So that's it makes sense why it's a ichiran, a quick view, rather than just character. Next we have is bag, which is just bag, makes sense from the icon. And here we just see all the different items we have. Here, the next word we have is very, very, very important in games like this, and it's pronounced ninmu, and this means mission or task, and it has a different feel to it compared to if you just said mission, which is used very often in games as well, but ninmu has an older feel, a kind of more wartime feel, which kind of fits this vibe of the game a lot better. You can click here and see all the different stuff I can't read. Nice. Next we have map, which is just map. You sometimes also see chizu for map. But you know, katakana is God here, so why not? Next we have ibento for events. And you can click on here and see all the different events we have. And you can also see here at the top, you have ibento ichiran, the same as the kera ichiran before, which is a quick view of all the events. Right? Next we have the same word that we saw before up here, boken no akashi. Akashi meaning like a certificate or proof, a license maybe of you being an adventurer. And this is something that you play for a couple of the main quests and you get access to see all these different tabs of new quests and stuff you can try to complete. This next word, not a common word whatsoever. I did not know this word before I started this game, but this is kigang, and this is a prayer for specifically to gain something, right? So this is to pray and request, and that would make sense why you're praying for something, right? If you click on this is actually the gacha portion of the entire game. If you want to know more about gacha, I made a video on gaming vocabulary a couple weeks ago. Feel free to check that out. But this is the whole gacha section of this, which makes sense why it's a prayer for something, because maybe if you finally hit that 2% chance to get that 5-star character, sure, but wonderful time. Anyway, let's get past that. And next we have gaibu rinku. Gaibu here is outside part, which means external, gaibu, and then rinku is like a URL link, like a website link, right? So if you click on this, you won't see it on your side, but this actually brought me and opened up a web page in my Chrome. So this is also a super important word. This is hokoku, and this is kind of like a report, right? Like reporting something. So maybe reporting errors or issues. And if you click on this, it'll just bring you to a web page in Chrome or something. But yeah, that's what this is for. And now finally over here, we have some of these actually have tooltips, right? So we can go through some of these. So here we have shashin o toru. This is just to take a picture. We get into the picture mode of the game. That's always fun. How do I? Oh, I see. Cool. Nice. Whatever. Cool. Next would be oshirase. Oshirase is kind of like notifications or news, right? And here we have juyo na oshirase, important news. And then ibento is like event news, right? And there's just the endless stuff here. And then we have meiru, which is mail, right? And we can see my mailbox. So we have no new mail. Shinchaku, newly arrived. Meiru wa arimasen. There's none of that. Hoka no mono o kakunin shimashou. Let's check something else, you know. And here we have meiru in the corner and meiru su. The number of messages or mail I've received are 0. I'm not too popular, am I? Next we have jikan, which is time, as you may already know. And here we can see the current time, genzai, current, present, and then jikoku, which is a specific time. It's not like jikan, which is just general, the idea of time. This jikoku is a set point in time, which would make sense why they would use that in this case. So the current time is this, right? And then we can have chousei, which is like an adjustment of this time, right? Where you can see as we change this time, right, it'll update here. So that's what we're changing it to. We're adjusting it to. And we can press OK and continue. But I'm not. And finally, we have option, just options, right? Sometimes you'll also see the settings as just sette, which is more closer to settings instead of options. All the same thing. And now the last one is geimu o yameru. Geimu o yameru, which is to quit the game, right? Very useful button here. So geimu is game and yameru is to quit or leave something, right? There's a lot of options here. I feel like this video has already gone long enough. So I'm going to end this here as maybe the first episode of this. If people are interested, please let me know if you want to see more of this. There's a lot of options here we can dig into if you so like. There's so many things in the character settings that are super, super interesting, especially for adventure-like games. So if you're interested, let me know in the comments section below. But otherwise, I think we're gonna end this here. I'm just gonna play now. I kind of want to just play. So maybe I'll just, you know, get started, huh? Nice. I totally forgot I'm actually recording a video. Oh, nice. It's a nice kanji. I can't really read. Secret woods of something. To Ryu? I don't even know. That's dragon, I think. No, Namida. Tear of dragon, which I'm trying to look for. Ha.